Hello, everybody. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Bryan.
And this is Bryan versus Bryan, episode 82, Peacemaker. And if you haven't watched the show, that will make no goddamn sense. Okay? It's an inside joke for the people that did their homework.
Out of curiosity, how many times did you sit through that?
Once.
I did twice. 3 times. We did the first 2 episodes, and then I stopped, and then we had to watch it for the finale because it's the last time. Let's do one more time.
Sometimes I'll watch a little bit of it, but once the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there's a big dance intro at the beginning of every episode, and James Gunn said he wanted to make something that people wouldn't skip. He's like, I hate that skip button at the beginning of shows on streaming. And it's like all these people put in their hard work on this show and you're just going to skip and not look at their names. So he's like, I wanted mine to be interesting and people wanted to watch it. And it gets you the first time, at least. So at least you see the names. But yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Yeah, awesome. It's weird that he says that because I disagree with him in that, like, I don't know, I like giving people a choice. Like, you always got to give people a choice. You don't want to force somebody to sit through or have to fast forward. I personally watch every single fucking intro at every show. I ignore that. This is like a very, very rare exception to where I'm like, I can't watch this dance move, metal song 8 times. Like, I can't do it, especially when you're binging. So this is like one of the first times I actually use the skip button, but typically I don't use it.
Do you really want to taste that? It's a pretty cool song. That song has definitely gotten a lot more popular on streaming and downloads after that show.
Yeah.
So this came out this year. Okay. January 2022. Of course, James Gunn. He directs 5 of the episodes, but he wrote all of it. I think it's 8 episodes. Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
He wrote it all in what did it say? A couple weeks. He wrote it quickly in a couple weeks during COVID, just for fun. He said he was just bored sitting in his house, and he never thought it would have a chance of being made. So he just made it super crazy, and they picked it up. For better or worse, Warner Brothers and DC tried some crazy shit, and mostly to their detriment. But you got to be brave when you're not number one, So that's pretty cool that this got made. And first off, let's start with do you need to watch Suicide Squad to watch this? My quick answer, we can go to a long answer, but my quick answer would be you should, but you do not have to.
My quick answer is no. You probably don't need to, but I think it helps. Obviously, they do. They do show footage of it. It's typically one shot over and over and over again. It's just a very important moment in Suicide Squad that they keep bringing up in this show. But this doesn't really have anything to do with Suicide Squad. So I think, no, you probably don't need to.
Yeah.
But you probably should. I agree. You should, but you probably don't need to.
Yeah, I think it helps. Like, I was loving this show so much, and then Jesse wanted to watch it. I was like, please watch Suicide Squad first. She's like, I don't like that. I don't want to watch it. I was like, just watch it. Suicide Squad's pretty good. And then she did like it. And then she went to the show. I think it helps you get more, understand John Cena better. And all teams in it, too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We already reviewed that. So, from the beginning, it's like kind of right after the movie, right? He was kind of injured in the movie. You think he's dead in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's in a hospital, and immediately they recruit him for a second mission. And I like they make John Cena so likable in this. Isn't that crazy? Like, he is hard to like in Suicide Squad. He kills your favorite dude. He's like, no, he's just a bad apple, man. And the fact that they can make you empathize with him in this is just pretty awesome. Pretty strength of this show.
That actually kind of turned me off to begin with because I'm a huge fan of Suicide Squad. I actually rewatched it, and it's, oh my god, I think I even would probably score it higher than I did. I don't remember what we scored it, but anyways, yeah, he He's awesome in that movie, but he's also kind of a douchebag, and he does something, spoilers, I guess, but he does something pretty awful towards the end of that movie where, like, I like that character a lot that it has to do with. And so it's like having a show about this person, I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
No, this guy's a fucking asshole. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and to make this guy likable, they show his terrible past, like his abusive, racist father is what the hell's the actor's name? It's T1000.
Oh, Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, and he's really good in this.
Yeah,
man, he's getting old, but he's really good in this.
His fucking hair, his fucking spiked up black hair.
Yeah, dude.
God.
What does he play? The Red Dragon?
Yeah,
like the
something
lead
like that.
Ku Klux freaking member.
Or the White Dragon or something.
Yeah. And he's so that's like typically the head of like a Ku Klux Klan sect, right? That name, but in this he's that, but he's also like a super villain, and that's like his persona.
Yeah,
he's got like a suit and stuff, and that's crazy. And we get to go through kind of what made Peacemaker, and his dad had always beat him and teaching him this racist stuff, and he had a brother, and then we get to find out that they would make him fight in backyard redneck barbecue fights with little kids in a hole. They bet on the kids. And he punches his brother, and his brother falls down and hits his head on a rock and dies. And so he's always thought that he murdered his brother. His dad always pounded that into him. You killed your brother, you retard.
Yeah.
And if there's one character they make absolutely unlikable, it's his dad. Like, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is awesome.
There's one scene with we haven't got to him yet, but there's a character called Vigilante. And Vigilante. You got to spice it up.
Yeah.
But there's a scene with him in prison that's a fucking great scene where you're like, yeah, you're like really rooting for him. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's like, "What do you want to fucking fight me?" And then all his friends are like, "No, I'm not gonna fight you. You're trying to bait me in."
Yeah.
And it was so good. Yeah, but we get in so the characters. We got what the hell is Leota?
Oh,
Adebayo, and she's Amanda Waller's daughter. We find out later in the series, and she's been brought on to help with this secret Project Butterfly. And so the whole time you're thinking it's gonna be something crazy because remember what Project Starfish was.
Yeah.
Like, not another fucking kaiju. And then we got Adrian Chase, Vigilante. And he is one of the highlights of this fucking show.
Definitely.
Like, he needs his own show. This guy is just the funniest shit, and he just plays it as this super likable, which is weird. He's like Peacemaker, but he's super likable.
Yeah.
But he murders people constantly. And he's like, and there's a couple scenes. I was like, what about that guy who just murdered? Well, he could have been a bad guy. How did I know? You know what I mean? But he's super likable about it. He's kind of geeky and nerdy. And he's always like trying to keep his superhero, what do they call that?
Oh, yeah, it's like alter ego or whatever.
Yeah, it's always trying to keep it safe and different, but does very bad at it. Anyways,
even when people know, he just won't give up. Just keep going.
No, I don't know who that is. So, oh yeah, and stuff like when they're in the like vet shop, he's like, "Well, we have to kill them. They've seen my face. These are completely innocent vet techs that must die." And then we got Clemson. Mern was really good. You really like Mern by the end of this. So I mean, spoilers abound. If fucking Project Butterfly is because these little aliens, right? They're butterflies. They look like a butterfly. They're from a different planet. they can take over humans because their planet was ruined. They're coming here. They go in any orifice, and I love it when the what's that guy, Graybeard,
Diebeard,
Economos, Diebeard. He shows he makes the what do they call that?
Oh, the PowerPoint. Yeah.
PowerPoint presentation is this orifice, and it shows it going in the mouth in the ass. It's like, why do you have to show it going in the ass? Technically, the ass is an orifice. I'm just trying to be complete here. And then John Cena just makes fun of this guy so hard the whole time. Peacemaker's like, God, you fucking suck at PowerPoint. Look at the fucking animations.
You worked so long on this thing, and it's awful.
And I think Vigilante was there at that point.
Yeah,
maybe. I feel like he chimed in too. He's like, "Yeah, this really fucking sucks."
Yeah, he chimed in on. There's like a graphic of the man and a gorilla. He's like, "What's with the gorilla? Are they going to go on an adventure?" And he's like, "No, I'm just saying the gorillas are very strong, and that's what I was trying to portray." He's like, "I didn't get that at all."
Oh yeah, and I think other people. That's not what I got from it. So yeah, they're little aliens that take over. Like it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's what this whole thing is. That's all this is. Or like you could liken it to Marvel's like Skrulls. You know, the invasions, Secret Invasion, and so they're trying to stop that. And we later find out that this Mern guy is actually a butterfly himself, because everyone knows about this guy, the human, because once the human's taken over, they're not the human anymore, they're the alien. And I guess this human guy was just a terrible fucking person who had murdered so many people and done all this shit. But so they're kind of wondering, how does he fit into this? Why is he working with us? Like, this guy should be in prison or something. Is the kind of vibe you get. But we find out later he's not a human, and the way we find out is awesome with that.
Yeah,
I can never remember all the weird names. And Adebayo.
Yeah, it happens naturally too. That's what I like about it.
Yeah,
like they introduce the helmet early on in the episode, and you don't think it's come back, and then she's kind of I like how it's done too.
Yeah, because all those weird ass helmets Peacemaker has, they all have different powers. His dad makes all this shit, and he's just say, "What do you want, you dumb bastard? What's this one do?"
Gives everyone scabies.
Yeah. How was that going to help anything? You ever had scabies? This one sends out a sonic wave. You know, this one X-ray vision. And then they're using the X-ray vision one. They have to break into this place and kind of find out where the food source of these aliens is. And it's awesome because Adebayo's in there. And then John Cena walks in. She's talking to it's like a normal business. She's talking to the clerk, and he walks in, just boom, just blasts him in the fucking face. And all the gore is really good in this, like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And then he's like, X-ray vision. She's like, what the fuck? And then it shows that you can see in their skull, they got a little thing in there. So he just starts popping everybody. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. But we find out Mern is one of them. And he's like the one that wants to help humans because the aliens don't want to give us a choice. They want to save us, but they want to pretty much enslave us too. So, risk and reward. So that character turns out to be actually very likable. And then like by the end of that character, you're like, oh damn. Now it's like a good push for the rest of the cast to avenge. Mm-hmm. Especially when he floats into her hand after he leaves his dead body, and then
little finger touch. I was like, oh,
man, yeah, it was awesome. And I like the fact that the other butterfly cop, not the main one, didn't like the fact that the cop killed Mern. Like, you murdered him.
Oh yeah,
it's like, it had to be done. You're a murderer. But that one, the main bad guy, Butterfly, like from the beginning episodes, is like in a senator, right? It was in like a senator. Yeah. That was the first target. And before we knew they were aliens, like, we're going to kill this senator. This is some deep state shit. I remember this has nothing to do with the deep state. You don't even know what the deep state is. This is precisely what the deep state is. There's a lot of that kind of back and forth. And it's like, and if the kids are there, we're going to need to take them out. And he's like, whoa, kids? And then, yeah, that's our first kind of Peacemaker didn't want to kill the kids. He was ordered to. And he's like, the kids are both here. One of them's kind of cute. The other one's pretty ugly. But it doesn't make it any better. It's not ugly enough to make it okay.
Are we sure these two came out of those parents? That's a very good looking couple. One of them is a butt baby. My brother told me that some babies come out of vagina, some come out of a butt.
That's definitely a butt baby. And he's like, you need to pull the trigger on the children. It's like, it's like, I can't do it. I don't care how ugly these damn kids are. And then his vigilante just grabs a gun.
He's like singing or whistling or something.
Yeah, he just fucking takes them all out, dude. And so there's it's a series, so it's so much to go over that we can't really touch on everything.
Yeah.
But the greatest moments, and one of the best bits is Peacemaker has to have the peace. What is it called? The peacekeeping dove on every weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He has, and he has to engrave it on every weapon, and it wasn't on the gun for that scene. It's like, you fucking crumbled. We need someone who can. We picked you because you're a killer. You can just murder. It's like, well, maybe if there's a fucking dove on the fucking gun. What are you talking? I have to have the dove on the gun. All right, every gun. And then later on, she tries to appease him, and she puts one on the gun. He's like, the beak should be facing to the right.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. I love it when he gets the gun, though. The first one, it doesn't have it. It's all drawn. Every time I draw, it looks like an upside down ghost. And you see him like drawing it. Oh, God damn it. It's an upside down ghost. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and that, another great, in the beginning when he meets that hot chick at the bar. I think he's talking to the hardcore at the bar too, and he's like, I just want to say, it's like the hardcore, your tits look amazing in that shirt. That's not being rude. That's a compliment.
Yeah, it's not being sexist.
It's not sexist. It's so fucking funny, all the shit he says there. And then he leaves, or she leaves, and he like looks to the side, and there's like an 80s rocker chick, so it was perfect, and they kind of lock eyes. And then it shows him later at her fucking house, and he's just fucking, they're both naked in the bathroom, and he's just plowing his ripped ass John Cena, and just veins and nasty shit everywhere, and he's all naked. Like, that was one of the funniest fucking scenes, dude. Because I think he's like, oh!
She's like 90 pounds.
Yeah. It was so funny. And then she's got like a kind of hair like his dad too. It's all like flipped up and butch in the front, and then like 80s rocker,
like a mullet, back. Yeah.
And he's going through her records and stuff, and then she comes out and tries to kill him, and she's like, you could tell right away that she's like got superpowers or something. She's super strong. Only she ends up being a butterfly, and I love the fight, man. It's just pretty brutal. He's getting stabbed and thrown around, and it's like naked the whole time. And then they go outside, and he has the special helmet. There's a sonic blast, I think it's called, or something. Sonic boom. And then she's about jumping at him, about to get him, and he says sonic boom, and it's just boom. It blows up like fucking 8 fucking car vicinity, blows everything up. She just squirts into like a RoboCop, just like a popped balloon, and he's just sitting there like, oh.
His white tighties,
and then like some dead thing falls out of the air too, but we find out it's Eagly. Like, he likes to just kill shit and drop it as a present for daddy. But Eagly is another one coming out of this that was just an amazing character. Like when he he goes to pick up Eagly coming out of prison from his dad, and he gives him a hug.
Yeah, that was
and
awesome.
And later on in the series, is like he told Adebayo that an eagle gave you a hug. Yeah, you don't if you don't believe in miracles, that's on you, not me. And she's like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And then later on, she sees it. Like, I think it's in the last episode. She sees the hug, and then she has the flashback to him telling, if you don't believe in miracles, that's on you. And she like tears up. That was a fucking awesome scene.
Yeah.
It was very emotional. And there's was jumping all around, but man, this is how you do it.
A lot of good stuff.
The great Eagly stuff. Like, remember when they're running through the forest?
Yeah.
Just and then Eagly just swoops down. And these are weren't these humans? These weren't fucking butterflies yet. I think these are just cops because he was wanted.
Yeah, they're cops. Yeah.
Yeah, they were cops. And Eagly's whooping and poking out their eyes with his fucking,
they would just dive down and just fucking grab them.
Eagly is brutal. He just ripped that guy's eyes out. Oh, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Eagly's great.
And then yeah, fucking great. Oh, and I love it. Like, okay, Eagly, we need you to take this bomb and drop it over where the cow is. The cow is the animal that keeps them all alive with the nectar. It's the only thing they can eat. Mm-hmm. And he's explaining it to Eagly. He's telling him the whole plan of hardcore. It's like, that eagle doesn't fucking understand you. It's like, oh, yes, he does.
He's special.
Watch this. Yeah. And then Eagly picks up the helmet and starts flying towards the place where he's supposed to drop the bomb. And it's like, oh, shit. And then he just takes his hard ass right and goes over the forest and drops the helmet.
Drops it,
yeah. Like, fuck. They have to go over there, just walk over there and look for the helmet. Oh, it's so fucking funny. Yeah, your shit always going blurry, boy.
I know. What the fuck? It always happens. Every time I move in this. There we go. It's a little better.
Don't move.
Yeah, all the little tiny stuff that Eagly, him just sticking his head out of the car when they're driving, just like a dog would. It's fucking great.
Just crinkle a bag of chips. He'll come. Why the fuck would he want chips? He likes chips.
There's another scene that got me when they're like, I think it's during the PowerPoint thing, and he keeps calling him Diebeard. He's like, dude, what's your problem? He's like, if you wouldn't have fucking pinned the shit on my dad. He's like, what was I supposed to do? And he's like, you could have picked anybody. And he's like who? And he just goes on this fucking largest rant ever. He just names probably 50 celebrities just over and over and over again. God, it was so funny.
I think that he does that like twice, doesn't he? There's like another point or something where he does that.
There's a post-credit scene where it's like an extended where he goes
on. But I think in like a different scene in another episode, he has another naming things.
Gotcha.
Like he's naming things, like in a similar situation. But yeah, that was hilarious. And they calling him dye beard. Look, I don't dye my beard. Dude, you dye your fucking beard, okay? We can tell.
That has a good payoff, too.
Yeah, that has a great payoff where he has to pretend to be one of the aliens, go in there, and another alien stops him and say, hey, what the fuck is up with that beard? Huh? That beard that your host has. And then he's like, because the aliens can read the old person's mind and know everything about them. He's like, he was a loser. He was always made fun of. He's never had a girlfriend. And he dyes his beard because he thinks it makes him look younger, and he thinks no one notices, but everyone does. And he's like just breaking down, kind of telling this, and then like goes back to like Peacemaker listening over the headset, and he's like getting sad about it. And I think he sheds a tear or something like that. But yeah,
he basically bullies him the whole whole show.
Yeah. But he bullies him the whole time, but he's his only real friend, really, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you see, like they take that picture because they like the same music. He's like, you don't like this band? It's like, yeah, I do. And then he has the picture of him rocking out later. He puts on his desk.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff too. And they're like rocking out. They're wanted. Everyone's trying to kill them. And he's like, this is probably not an appropriate time for this. There's never inappropriate time to rock. They're just rocking out. So, I mean, the writing to me was pretty amazing in this. Like, this is a pretty ridiculous premise. I really do agree with the sentiment that I think this is the best thing James Gunn has ever done. It's just cohesive. Being this long, I think it has more time to breathe than other things like Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one is probably close, but I think this takes it. It's just like taking these characters with no special powers and no anything and making them, making you care about them so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the people you didn't think you would, like old Diebeard. He's the tech analyst who usually doesn't do much in a movie like this, but you care for him and want to know more about him by the end. And Adebayo, it's like I didn't care for her much in the beginning. I was like, oh, this dumb little character. But yeah, by the end, she's got some cool stuff and some cool motivations. So I really think this is like the best thing he's done.
Yeah, I think I'm not coming off on a massive high. I think like a lot of people are. Sounds like you are too. Doesn't mean I don't like. I thought it was fucking great. I think it's definitely one of the best superhero shows, including Marvel and all the other DC stuff. I don't think it's the best. I think Mount Everest to me is Watchmen. I adore that show. Some people don't like it. I love the fuck out of it. I think that's probably like the peak of superhero shows. It doesn't quite get there for me, but I think it's definitely better than the Marvel stuff I've seen. Granted, I haven't seen Loki, and I haven't seen the Winter Soldier, not the Winter Soldier, the whatever the fuck it's called, Falcon and fucking whatever his name is. But I like it better than WandaVision and Hawkeye. That's for damn sure. But yeah, it's definitely one of the best. I do agree that it's fucking great. I really do think Suicide Squad is probably my favorite James Gunn movie or thing that he's done. Just going back and watch, I just love those characters so much. Bloodsport, the shark, the polka dot man, the rat catcher. I like the adventure they go on, the big starfish thing at the end. Like, I don't know. I just think that's an awesome 2 hours of a movie. I know this is longer and you have more time to do all the stuff, but I just feel like Suicide Squad is like him at his best. But he's kind of becoming one of those directors that like, even your least most liked James Gunn thing is still a really good product or a really good piece of entertainment. I think this is better than Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of comparing stuff. But yeah, this show is hilarious. It has a lot of heart. It surprised me. This is not a show that I wanted, or I don't think anybody really asked for or wanted. In fact, if I remember right, this was announced before Suicide Squad even came out. And to him to just come out and be like, hey, you guys never asked for this, but here it is, and we all have come to love it, is a pretty good testament to his writing and directing skills. John Cena's great. I mean, he's a fucking WWE wrestler who comes in and nails this role.
Yeah, he plays the sad stuff really well too. We knew he was good comedic actor. Yeah. He's done some really funny stuff. I don't know. It's just something funny about seeing somebody with that big ass crazy body just being really funny and goofy. That just works. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but telling super funny jokes. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he plays the vulnerable stuff really well, like the crying stuff that's pretty good. Like when he was crying and Vigilante catches him, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm doing face exercises. Oh, I thought you were crying. No, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
God, no, this is why your face is ugly as fuck, and I'm handsome as shit.
Yeah, he plays it really good too during the Eagly scene, which is kind of heart. I mean, it didn't pull on my heartstrings or make me tear up, but it's a good scene where you feel for him, like his best friend's on the verge of death, and he's praying to God to like bring him back. That whole scene was
I was really touched by that. It's like you're the only person that ever really loved me, for me, other than my brother.
There's probably so many things that we're gonna miss out on because every episode has like 4 or 5 really good bits. I mean, just to run through them. The show opens with an amazing back and forth between him and this random janitor, which is fucking hilarious. There's a scene where Vigilante is tortured, and like later on they're in the car on the way back, and he's like, I really want to thank you for letting me get tortured. He's like, I think you're being sarcastic. Me? No, I'm not being sarcastic. And this whole like dialogue back and forth about him being sarcastic, being tortured.
I love it. And he's like, he'll never fucking break. You better take all his fucking toes. No, what are you talking about? Saw his toe off.
Not my pinky toe. I'll never walk again. The whole pinky toe thing was pretty funny.
Yeah. You need your pinky toe to walk. No, you fucking don't. Who told you that?
So yeah, that whole bit was good. The bit where he goes into jail to beat up Peacemaker's dad is fucking fantastic. Where he sits down
how
at
he's
the table
so easily manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Someone just needs to take his dad out.
And
he just stands up. Where are you going? I'll be back. He goes to jail.
That was pretty good. Yeah, there's just so many good stuff like that. There's even at the very tail end when they're going to kill the cow, which is like this huge I don't know what you call it, like a moth thing. Not even a moth. It's a what the fuck?
It's a big like pupa looking bug thing. It's a big kaiju fucking thing, and it's getting milked. Just
it's
all the feel bad for the cow.
Yeah, right.
Kinda.
Just
I was like, dude, it's just fucking sitting there, just getting milked the fuck, and then I feel bad for them having to kill it.
Yeah,
because its whole life it's been just fucking stuck here, chained to a wall, getting fucking milked like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then it's like getting injured. It's gonna like, and it's got these giant, kind of cute bug eyes, and I felt bad for that thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. And then there's like great scene at the end where Peacemaker is there to like kill that bug, and one of the butterflies stops him. The cop, Detective Song, who is the same butterfly who is the main one, the main guy,
who was the senator.
She basically goes on this whole thing of like their world is dying and they're trying to inhabit Earth, and they realize that Earth is really fucked up, and so they want to try and fix it. And then I don't know, like the show portrays it as like this empathetic or sympathetic character of this cause that, the way the music kind of sweeps in, and John Cena's, and then also John Cena's just basically like activate human rocket, and then Autobio like just destroys the bug, and then they basically finish the job. But I just like that moment because for a moment you think like, oh, he's not gonna do what he's there to do, but within an instant he's like, nope, still doing it. I thought that was kind of a fun
because he was nice to that bug when he had it in a jar.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you for being kind to me and talking to me and feeding me. And for a minute there, I couldn't tell if she was being genuine or just trying to sway him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she was, because, they're all going to die because now they have no food. That's the only thing they can eat is the shit from that big ass cow, which is like a nectar. And, so they're all going to die, and he didn't kill her. He just like shot her in the chest. You got to shoot him in the head to kill him because that's where they stay. And so later, the very end episode is like he's sitting down on his porch, and his dad, who's dead, he's killed, sits down on the porch with him and has a beer, doesn't say nothing, just kind of looks at him and sits with him and eagerly sits with him. And then you see that bug is there, and then on the porch, and he comes out with like the last little bit of nectar in his jar and pours it on the porch, and she's eating it. And so that was kind of sad.
Yeah,
because the bug, they were getting along for a while there, and the bug's like drawing a peace sign. Peace. Oh yeah, when it's like they're asking it yes or no questions. 2 knocks is yes, 1 knock is no. And then Vigilante keeps asking these elaborate ass questions. Like, dude, what the fucking yes or fucking no? Okay? What do you not understand about that? I don't understand why she just can't answer. Because she can't fucking speak.
So good.
So that was kind of sad because that little bug was actually friends with him because she chose to come back and hang out with him while she dies. And she's just got a little bit of food left, and they're just hanging out. And so that was kind of sad.
Yeah, I guess we probably can't close the show without talking about what thing that surprised me the most. But I'm gonna there's a lot of buildup within the show, and it makes the actual reveal worth it. So I'm gonna try and kind of grab all the moments. But every time members of the Justice League get brought up to Peacemaker, he always has this bullshit stories about them that are not true. And like one of them for Aquaman is like he fucks fish. Batman, I forget what Batman's thing was, but his neighbor keeps bringing up
Batman's just a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill. Yeah, because he's a fucking pussy. He doesn't do what's necessary. And he's like, well, he has this giant rogues gallery. Do you have a rogues gallery? He's like, no, you know why? They're all fucking dead. Okay? Batman doesn't kill anybody. Then they're out of fucking jail in 4 weeks and back on the fucking streets. That's why he has so many bad guys, because he's a fucking pussy. And he's like, he's making a good ass point. It's like, I don't have any bad guys because I fucking deal with them.
How many people would be saved if Batman would just do the right fucking thing and murder somebody? So good. But anyway, so he always has this story. So at the very end of the show, so they go on the final mission, and Adebayo is Amanda Waller's daughter, like you were saying earlier, and she calls Amanda Waller, and she's like, hey, we're about to go do on this mission.
Yeah, we need backup.
And then Peacemaker says, can you get the Justice League? Or someone says, can you get the Justice League? And so she says to get the Justice League, and she's like, no, or something. She says something, she dodges the Justice League thing. And so, she says, just go on the mission. Harcourt's the lead on this. Just follow her, whatever. So then we get to the end, and they kill the bug, and then they're kind of coming out of the barn. The whole set piece takes place underneath the barn where the bug is, the cow.
Kind of like the moment
Yeah. And so
they're all walking out.
They're all walking out together in the line, and then cut to the fucking Justice League shows up minus Batman. It's Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. They're all standing there in like a silhouette.
And I'm like, oh man, Superman is a stand-in, and so is Wonder Woman. So they're kind of black silhouetted, which is weird. They're like black silhouetted, so you can't really see them, but you can see Aquaman and the Flash.
Like and you couldn't get Henry Cavill? Come on.
And then as he's walking by, and John Cena. Just who talks first? I don't know. I think
it's Peacemaker's like took you long enough.
Late.
Too fucking late.
And then he says, "Let's go fuck another fish, bitch." Walks by him. Jason Momoa's like, "I am really fucking sick and tired of that rumor." And then the Flash is like, "That's a rumor."
Shut the fuck up, Barry.
Yeah, and then it's pretty cool to see them like get a curse and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't do that in their own movies. But yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That was great.
I guess it was cut, but they did have Batman, Batman and Cyborg in it too.
Ooh.
But I guess they were cut. They were just stand-ins too. But
right,
I don't know if they're just stand-ins. Why'd you cut them? You know what I mean? Yeah. I think they're trying to distance themselves from Batman and Cyborg because they're not going to use them anymore. I think because James Gunn said, I don't know exactly why they took that out, wouldn't let me use it, but I think I have an idea. It might have to do with future projects. So I don't know what that means. Maybe we'll see a Affleck Batman again. I mean, obviously he's going to be in the Flash a little bit.
Right.
But we'll see what's going on. But yeah, that was really fucking funny, man.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
Great.
That's a great payoff. I heard there was going to be a good cameo because James Gunn was like, make sure you watch the last episode quickly so you don't get spoiled. Someone might show up. I thought it was going to be fucking Henry Cavill finally returning as Superman. I thought that was cool. Fucking sweet, dude. But did you see the guy who played the body double for Superman in this? He's like, it's so funny. He's like, all this shit on Instagram. He's like, yeah, suiting up. It's like, he has the suit and everything. He's like, yo, hashtag my Superman to let them know that I should be the new Superman. I was like, you're a body double, dude. You think you're going to take over for Cavill?
Yeah, right.
It obviously just blew his mind. It's like, I'm Superman now, I guess.
Did you learn how to act while you were doing your Instagram?
But he does look pretty damn similar to Cavill when he does the full. You see his face and everything. But yeah, fucking awesome ending. Great. Oh yeah, and it has been already been picked up for season 2, and James Gunn is already committed to directing and writing the whole thing.
Nice.
So he won't have any break. He'll be involved in all of it. So that'd be pretty fun. But yeah, as a whole, I came into this not really, like you said, wanting this or caring too much about this, but the trailer made it look pretty good. So after the trailer, I was like, well, John Cena is funny and all this stuff. So a little bit more of him in this world couldn't hurt, right? And then I was like, wow, yeah, it couldn't hurt. It could be fucking awesome. Like, we're talking about comparing it to other stuff, but this is DC. So I think this is like the best DC thing since like Superman, dude. Since like Man of Steel. This is like one of the top. Oh, and Suicide Squad is up there. But one of the absolute best things DC has done in their whole recent tenure, not going back to like old Batman and stuff. The Dark Knight trilogy. I'm talking since the Dark Knight trilogy ended and they started the new DCEU. This is one of the best things.
For sure.
Which is crazy because it's just a TV show. Yeah, so I give it an 8.6. Loved it.
We're actually pretty close then, yeah.
Thought it was really great.
Yeah, I was just going to give it a solid 8. I mean, it was such a surprise. I'm trying to think of things, like, we didn't ever talk about things we didn't. Oh, one of the things I didn't like at all, which, it is a minor gripe, but it still made some of this show unbearable, is the music. I cannot stand hair metal music. I fucking hate it. It's worse than nails to the chalkboard to me, and they play so much of it, and it's just like, ugh. So that was a little rough.
I didn't mind it because I didn't know it. You know what I mean? So I've never heard most of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, whatever. It's kind of go with it. But by the end of it, I think the other day I found myself, do you really want to taste it? These songs you never heard of are now kind of in your mind.
Yeah. I think, the dad who, is a good character and a good foil for Peacemaker is kind of sidelined for a lot of it, and then he kind of comes back in a big way, which I get, but I don't know. I feel like there should have been more there, in my opinion. So I don't know. There's some stuff that are kind of, prohibiting it from being like a masterpiece. But again, 8's a solid show. I think everyone should watch it if you're a fan of superhero stuff. Like you said, it's definitely one of the best DC stuff. I think within the DC, I still stand by Watchmen being the best superhero thing. I mean, it is DC, but it's not this DC, if that makes sense. So it's a little outside of this.
You talking about the show or the movie?
I'm talking about the show. So that's kind of a little outside. I just
can't get into the show. It looks so fucking dumb.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's like it has nothing to do with the movie. So it's like, how is it?
Well, it's a sequel. It's a continuation of the.
Well, yeah, but everyone's dead. What's gone?
You should watch it. It's
I'll
really
have
good.
to check it out. I did love the fucking movie. It's amazing. That's one of the best Zack Snyder things.
Yeah. So yeah, again, like I said, that's kind of the apex for me in terms of like comic book shows. That's another DC property, but again, that's a little, like I said, it's a little outside of what this is. This is more on like the Justice League type stuff. But in terms of that stuff, like you were saying, after the Dark Knight DC stuff, it's up there. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, I like Suicide Squad more, but I think it's like right after Suicide Squad. It's a really good show.
Yep. So 8 and an 8.6. That's pretty damn high praise for this little DC show. Right on. Good for you, Gunn. Go from getting canceled to making a bunch of content and getting a bunch of avenues to go down. And the only one that really gets to play on both sides. Like, he's just DC and Marvel.
Yeah, because they brought him back for Guardians, right? Because they got backlash for firing him. Now they rehired him. Yeah.
Yeah. Back for Guardians 3. And I think some of that was like they seen at DC, was like, we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, fuck you, man. That's not cool, man.
If I was James Gunn, I'd tell him to go fuck themselves. Like, you fire me and you want me back? Like, no, go fuck yourself. I want to go play in the DC sandbox.
Yeah, it's like, is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 going to be very good?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I wasn't a fan of the second one. Did you like the second one?
No, I didn't like the second one.
I didn't like it either.
So I don't know about the third one. He said this will be the last one. Or he said it would be the last one as they are, implying new cast or something. I don't know. But I think it's time to probably let that dog lie and do something else.
Yeah, I thought the video game was better than 2.
Shit, if you want to give James Gunn something to be violent and crazy on, he needs to, like, Deadpool would be a good fit.
Yeah,
like that could be a really
that'd be
match made in heaven
for sure. I think he's doing another Suicide Squad, if I'm not mistaken. He probably has so many projects lined up at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, 8.6, 8.0, go check it out. Surprise hit. Because I don't think anyone really expected much of this. It's just kind of like, oh, they're doing a thing. They just need a filler. They just want a show, like Marvel has all their shows going. But yeah, it's really good. Better than those shows, Marvel shows.
Yeah, it makes the most excuse me. In hindsight, it kind of makes the most sense. Like at the time it didn't. I'm like, why the fuck would I want a Peacemaker show? But then when you look at the Suicide Squad, of like they made a Bloodsport show, I think it would be a little more dramatic and a little more, boating. And then Ratcatcher, I think Ratcatcher would be kind of a fun show. But again, like there's something about Peacemaker where you can have a fun, like whimsical, violent, hilarious show. But you can't, I don't think you could do that with any other Suicide Squad members that they have. So kind of makes a lot of sense.
What was the rat's name?
Oh yeah, what was the rat's name? Fucking cute little Bastion or
Sebastian?
Or something like Sebastian, yeah.
What is that rat waving at me?
That's so good.
I think he's just really friendly. Jesse was watching and I came in on that part. I was like, yeah, I love Sebastian.
That's like one of my favorite endings.
Get it away from me. What is he doing? He's giving you a leaf to say he's friendly. Thank you. Yeah, that ending was awesome.
Yeah, he's like petting the rat on his knee. It's like, oh, it's so good.
All right, yeah, awesome. Check it out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and watching. As always, check us out on YouTube. Get the full videography. Check us out on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. All those to get your audio fix and your ASMR.
So we should probably say next week's Batman. Fuck yeah. You should get your tickets because I got mine for Thursday and it's like even Thursday is pretty packed. So just letting y'all know.
I don't think we're gonna have any issue. Tell you the truth. I don't think it's gonna be a swollen crowd in my theater. All right.
Well, if you're able to get Spider-Man, I'm sure you'll be able to get Batman. So
yeah, I imagine it's gonna be like Spider-Man. It's probably gonna be like 8 groups of 3. But yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah.
I can't wait, man.
Somehow.
Can't wait. Yeah. This is like one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah, I hope it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to get a new Batman. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
All right, so check that out next week. Doing Batman, the Batman. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching. And as always, to the next Feast. I say peace.
Peace.
Later. Simple steps towards the camera. Do some of that. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. That should be enough to cut.